This is the process shot. I'm Michael, I'm stuck in a movie theater, and this is a review of Akira, the 1988 animated film directed by Katsuhiro Otomo. It takes place in post-apocalyptic Japan and follows a teenage boy, Kaneda, who spends his time shirking school and fighting biker gangs with his own crew in the streets of Neo-Tokyo. When Tetsuo, a friend of his, is whisked away by the government after a crash, he goes off to try and rescue him, inadvertently joining a band of rebels who seek to expose the government's actions. Meanwhile, Tetsuo is experimented upon and is found to potentially be a key element to Akira, a being or a power long thought dormant and far beyond his or any human's control. The first thing to be said about the film is how much effort and attention went into its animation. For its time and even to this day, it's amazingly expressive, detailed, and smooth. It manages to capture the expressions and motions of characters very well, even those at a distance or in the background of a shot, creating the overall sense of a realistic world. The cinematography of the film, which would have been decided upon during animation, is similarly impressive, which isn't much of a surprise, given that animation allows for angles which might be nearly impossible in a live-action film. The setting of Akira is also well designed, again due in part to the animated medium allowing for this sort of creative freedom. The city of Neo-Tokyo is dense with skyscrapers and street life, fitting comfortably within cyberpunk aesthetics. Unlike other cyberpunk settings, though, Akira doesn't focus on the progression of technology and the imbalances it creates, and looks more at the end result of this progression, which makes sense given the destruction seen at the opening of the film. It's something that the film discusses as well. Progression has peaked and stagnated, and now there is a desire to go further, no matter the risks. When it comes to the film's characters and the story at large, things remain pretty grand. Again, the film's story focuses on the continual progression of civilization, even after things have peaked. The teenage characters of Neo-Tokyo have grown complacent and bored by whatever the city has to offer, and instead they choose to seek out their own idea of adventure. At the outset of the film, Kaneda is a bit of a flat character because of this, shirking his responsibilities and being rather aimless in general. Development begins to pick up when Tetsuo manages to escape his holding facility and briefly reunites with him, and by the end of the film, Kaneda finds reason to fight for the safety of the world. In the end, it's not easy to find anything overtly wrong with Akira. On a subjective level, I wish there was some more time given to some of the other supporting characters, several of whom received less than satisfying conclusions to their personal stories. There are also a few other story details surrounding the titular Akira that are left a bit obscure even after the end of the film. But, in its totality, the movie is a masterpiece that deserves its status among animation fans. Akira, Katsuhiro Otomo, 1988. 4.5 stars. I very much recommend seeing the movie. Anyways, I'm done here. You know how it goes. Leave a like or a comment, subscribe and hit the bell, and I don't know what else. I'm still stuck in a movie theater that's pretty much haunted, but hopefully they keep giving me good movies like this.